welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa and I'm a flight attendant with a major US airline, and it is 11:10 a.m. on this Saturday and I'm getting ready to start a 3-day trip. It's actually a quite pleasant 3-day trip, even though I've not been on this one before. I will be going to Seattle, Washington, but I've been on a similar 3-day trip like this one where we fly from Miami, we have like a 21-hour layover, and then we do the red eye from the West Coast all the way back to Miami. So in this case, it'll be a red eye from Seattle, Washington, all the way back to Miami, and I finish my third day of work really early, like at 7 a.m. So I love these, and I haven't been on a Seattle layover yet, so I'm excited about that. I'm wondering maybe my hotel is near the original Starbucks, and if so, then I may take a walk there and have some sort of Starbucks, see what kind of mood I'm in. But I just need to pack up now and get on my way. I will leave here about 12:30. I'm gonna finish writing a few more Christmas cards, and then I will be on my merry way. I will say it is a little bit of a pain to unpack your toiletries, like your makeup. If you wear makeup, to unpack your makeup and then pack it again. So my little trick is, in the morning as I'm getting ready for my trip, whatever I am using as far as hair tools, brushes, makeups, moisturizers, I set every single thing that I touch to the side. That way I can remember to repack it. So here's my little side pile right here. Well, minus my Alice in Wonderland socks. Actually, that's not it. It's right here. Okay. So I have my flat iron, I have my bag of makeup, my moisturizer, my color palette, my brush, and I'll probably use these little hair thingies to make my hair a little bit festive. But all the other toiletries are already in my bag. I don't take those ones out. I don't need duplicates of those, but these ones always need to be put back in. So that's my little hack for making sure that I pack all of my makeup stuff here. And it is right there, ironed and ready to go. I looked up the weather in Seattle, and right now it is 48 degrees and raining, so I'm going to pack my umbrella. Tomorrow's going to be cold. They're not showing rain right now, but I'm going to be warm and comfy. I'm taking a black sweatshirt, my Adidas pants, Adidas shoes, and I will take a jacket. I lost my uniform jacket. I don't have my uniform jacket to wear, but if I run out in Seattle somewhere, I'll have this. So bag's almost packed. I'll put my glasses on so that way when I take my contacts out, I can watch TV and just wear glasses and let my eyes rest. But just wanted to give you that update. It's gonna be freezing in Seattle, but it should be a nice layover.
Please stand clear of doors and hold on to handrails. The doors are now open. Please stand clear of doors and hold on to handrails.
This is going to be another full commuter flight to Miami, but I'm here now in Orlando, just waiting. We board in 24 minutes. I did get a Rockstar, so I can start just building up my energy. I feel good. I'm excited to work. I haven't been to Seattle, so I'm excited to see Seattle. Have a layover there. Is my lipstick crooked? Red is hard sometimes.
Attention to the terminal. This is a final boarding call for passengers traveling toward the Kiel flight 1483. Gate D51. Once again, final boarding call for passengers traveling toward the Kiel flight 1483. Gate D51.
So I'm waiting for my plane to come in. It's running a little bit late. What I was doing right now was finishing up some quarterly training that I was just assigned. And basically that quarterly training, I found it interesting because some of our aircraft is being reconfigured to accommodate more premium seating. So I was learning about that, which was pretty neat. What else did I do? I also handed out some Christmas cards, or put them in the mailboxes of some flight attendant friends that I have here. But yeah, now just waiting for my plane to get here. I don't see any of the rest of my crew yet, but just sitting here, meet up with the rest of my crew when the plane's here and it's time to sign in. Then I'll scan my badge in, get on the airplane, and get on with the workday. A little bumpy, but not much to it. Sorry, I can't find all the light switches, so we'll just do a quick room tour. This will be the fastest room tour I've ever done. That's it. Tomorrow we will see more. But I figured I'd film the beds before they were ruined. It's 12:42 a.m. Just got to the hotel. I was nodding off on the ride over here, as were some of the pilots, one of the pilots and some other flight attendants. I will tell you about my day tomorrow, but right now, I just need to get some rest. I'm even losing my voice, so all right, good night, and we'll check back in tomorrow morning. Thank you for understanding. Good morning from Seattle, Washington. Today is day 2 of my 3-day trip. And this is the view from my hotel room. It is about 40 degrees outside right now. And it is supposed to rain about noon. And the current time is just about 10 a.m. Good morning, Seattle. Good morning, Seattle. Why am I singing? Okay, so I made notes of everything that I wanted to tell you last night, but was too tired to do so. So this morning we'll get into that. Yeah, last night we arrived. I was trying to, my hair's a little bit puffy here. Last night we got in and it was almost 1 a.m. and I was just exhausted. That last hour of the trip, I found myself doing squats, doing a lot of stretching, and just standing, doing my cabin walkthroughs a little bit more frequently, just to stay active because that hour started to wear on me. So if it was 1 a.m. here, it was 4 a.m. in Miami by the time I got into my hotel room. So needless to say, I was pretty darn tired. But let's see, I made the most of my time yesterday. So when I got to Miami from my commute, I had a couple of hours. So what I did was I started my quarterly training. So every quarter of the year, flight attendants have this quarterly training that they have to complete by a certain deadline. And if you don't, you get in trouble. You get what's called points. If you get too many of those points, you get in more trouble. And so I have a habit of, as soon as it comes out, trying to knock it out relatively quickly, just because it's so easy to forget. When I'm home, I just want to be home. So since I was already like in the work vibe, I went to the ops area, got on one of their computers, and knocked out a big part of that lesson. And that lesson was talking about some of our aircraft, how they are reconfiguring them, and we're going to have more premium seating. And that premium seating looks superb. Lie down seats, little doors that close for privacy. It's going to be really amazing. A nice way to travel, especially if you're going on a long haul trip. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about. And also, one of the things when you are a flight attendant, you always have to be on your P's and Q's. I think that's a saying. But you always have to be on your P's and Q's. Like I said, you have to do your training on time. Your uniform always has to be in compliance. You have to have every part of your uniform on, and that's if you have the female clothes, it's the either dress and your scarf, or your skirt, your dress shirt, your scarf, and your outer garment, which is like your cardigan or your blazer, and and your dress shoes. and your watch. That's one of the things. And yeah, you're allowed one earring in each ear. But yeah, so you're always being watched. You have to act a certain way also. Of course, you have to be polite. And all the flight attendants I met are polite just by nature, so that really isn't an issue. But there's certain things you can't do. Like you can't go into like a bar restaurant and have lunch and sit at the bar. You can't do that in your uniform. You can't sit at a slot machine in your uniform. You can't smoke in your uniform. You can't be seen smoking in your uniform. You can't smoke in your uniform. So certain things like that, you know, that you always have to be mindful of. So I thought that I would just share a little bit of that with you. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know. Last night on the flight, we had a sick passenger. She was sick to her stomach. She didn't know what was going on. She thought it was because she hadn't eaten all day. So she asked for some bland food. So we got her some crackers and some water and some ginger ale. And she tossed her cookies. She tossed her cookies about 3 times. So every time we kept checking on her, make sure she wasn't getting any worse and that it was just like a stomach thing that she could manage, because it's a long flight. It was 5 hours and 59 minutes. That's right, because the captain made a joke. He said, it's 6 hours, I'm going to round it up. And he said, actually, no, I'm going to say 5 hours and 59 minutes because psychologically that sounds better. So, yeah, she just was really sick to her stomach. And so maybe you're wondering what happens when that happens. We have market bags, which are like leak-proof bags. So we gave one of those to her. And when she tossed her cookies, of course we had gloves on. And what we did, since it is bodily fluids, we just asked her to put it in one of the bathrooms. We have 4 bathrooms on that airplane. And we just locked that bathroom to keep anyone from using it and just put the bodily fluids away and just out of reach from everyone, to make sure that no one, you know, comes into contact with it. So when we landed, she was feeling better. I think she was just ready for that flight to be over and for her to get home. So yeah, that was, you know, one of the things that happened. It was a long flight. I found myself, like I said, that last hour doing squats, stretching. It was a bumpy ride, and that wasn't something that the captain had anticipated, but we had turbulence, mild turbulence, pretty much throughout. It would come and go. So I will say it was bumpy. First class, I was the number 3 flight attendant, so I helped the number 1 in first class, and then I also helped in main cabin. But that number 1, she puts on a fabulous service. It was just absolutely amazing, and she and I got so many compliments, but it was really her. Like, she just set the stage, and I just followed her lead. She presented, I mean, it was a whole service because of course it was 6 hours. So we did the hot towels. So I passed out hot towels to each first class passenger so they could freshen up. And then I collected those, and then she did the accompaniment, which were warm nuts in a ramekin and their drink of choice. Then she delivered their meal preferences and dinner rolls and refreshed their drinks. And once that was done, we picked up trays, took away anything that they weren't using to kind of clean up their area. And then when it was time, she came out and did this amazing dessert service. Like, she prepared the cart with so on the top of the cart, she put some cloth napkins, some white cloth napkins. And so the dessert options were a sundae, a custom-made sundae, apple cake, or a cheese plate. So she had them all set out very beautifully on display so they could see what their dessert options were. And then she had the little glasses with the vanilla ice cream that were just, you know, you could see the little frost on the glasses. And then she had hot caramel, hot fudge, whipped cream, strawberries, nuts, and they could let her know whatever they wanted on their sundae, and she would custom whip up that sundae for her. Oh, one thing she made it extra special was she kept some of the dry ice from the catering and she put it in a dish like in the middle of her cart. So when she pushed the cart out, the dry ice was like smoking, so it made everything look so pretty. It was like magical. They just loved it. We got so many compliments. I learned so much from her. And you know, if I were a first class passenger, I would just love her as my flight attendant. Like, she really did put on an amazing service. And then after that, she put out snacks for the remainder of the flight for first class. If we had people that were still awake or they got a little bit hungry for something else, we had like a little buffet of snacks, you know, nicely put out. So it was so nice. I love this trip. Even though it was a long flight, I rack up some hours, I have a long layover, and then tomorrow I get to go home and I get to Miami like at 7 a.m. and I have all the whole day to myself. So it's sort of like a win-win. But I'm here in Seattle. It is, like I said, it is 10:11 a.m. now. I am going to head out and explore a little bit and find something to eat. And I'm going to do that early because at noon it is supposed to rain. So that's where I'm at. That's what's going on today. And I'll keep you posted as things happen. I'll let you know what I get up to. So I did pack some warm clothes. I'm just keeping it comfy. I just put some athletic pants on. I have my flat tennis shoes. I have a sweatshirt underneath my jacket. And I did pack an umbrella. So I'm going to venture out just for a little bit and get some lunch. And maybe Pike Place is near here. I may walk down to the famous Pike Place and just have a look out there.
I need an intervention, divine intervention, you know. Only in my crucial moments do they pay attention carefully. The shadows of my past welcome me again with a smile. But something deep within, something new, lets me emerge from my cocoon. I only have what's right in front of me. Only you know what is right for me. Compromise, compromise, compromise. Improvise, improvise, improvise.
That little stand reminds me of the Christmas market stands in London.
I mean a nice vacation and pure introspection, you know. There is nowhere else to go, so I'll be coming home to you. Your sadness doesn't compare to the happiness that's just around the corner. I only have what's right
I got something to eat. It's a little bit hard. They only had a wine bar and another bar and grill.
Floor number 6.
But the options are very limited. Wanted like a club sandwich or some sort of handheld, but they had just like fish and chips and pasta and some heavy items. So I did get, it's called West Coast toast. It's sort of like an avocado toast with scrambled egg. For some reason they were still serving that at night, so that's what I got here. So like I said, there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. I actually was going to go to the Starbucks that was down there and just get one of their sandwiches and an iced coffee. I look like I just woke up. I still have tired eyes. But trying to squeeze 2 sleeps into 21 hours is a little bit difficult. But anyways, I went downstairs to the Starbucks. It's only 5:30 right now, and I missed it. They closed at 5. It was like 5:10 when I was down there. But I got to hear some nice music in the I'm just looking at my toast here, in the little like wine bar. And this is my avocado toast. It came with a 7-minute egg, which I don't know, I guess they cook it for 7 minutes, but I was afraid it was going to be runny, so I asked for a scrambled egg. It looks like they gave me a hard-boiled egg, which is fine. I have some protein on here. This looks good, actually. So here we have a sourdough toast with an avocado mash, some arugula and some pickled onions, and then my egg here. And the egg looks cooked very well, so I shall try this. And I've been watching the Freeform cable channel all day because they've been showing Christmas movies. Right now, The Grinch is showing. It's one of my favorites. The Grinch with Jim Carrey. And my food is actually good. This 7-minute egg is toasty. The only thing is it's missing a little bit of salt. I wish there were a little more salt because it is a little bit bland, but it is good. It is nearly 8:15. I have to be downstairs at 8:32. I'm going to go ahead and make my way down there. I'm going to see if their little market has a Red Bull. I need a little bit of energy. I made a cup of coffee in the room earlier. I tried to go to the Starbucks, but the Starbucks was closed at 5 o'clock and I was there like at 5:10. So that's it for my layover. Next up, I am flying to Miami. I should land about 7 a.m. And then I am going to catch an 8:30 flight. I think my flight's at 8:30 home. And then that will complete my 3-day trip. Once I'm back in Miami, that's it. I'm done with the 3 days. Then I'm off 3 days and then I work another 3 days. So let's carry on this little adventure. Come with me as usual. A few hours later, and this is where my video ends, with the sun rising in the east upon a new day. That's it. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And to see future videos, if you have not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, bye guys.